evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwuokike Abiama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwuokike Abiama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Thank you so much for connecting wherever you are joining from across the world. If you're joining from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from Biafra land, any place you're joining, I appreciate you so much for joining this very broadcast. Please share the video. We must continue regardless the attack that is coming from east, west, north, south, and south. Wherever they are coming with their attack, we cannot stop the message and we cannot stop preaching the gospel. If we are able to convince one person, that one person will convince another person, and that another person will convince another. And before you know it, the whole world will get the information. That is why we don't have to be silent. This is how our Sulaiman Nnamdi Kanu started the message. He was preaching the message to everybody until we go to this stage. And that same message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have left for all of us, that message we must carry to the end, and we will continue. And before we proceed, let us hear a prayer from our Sulaiman Nnamdi Kanu.
And all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwuokike Abiama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-eto gị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining. May Chukwuokike Abiama bless everyone that is there. First of all, before I proceed on the broadcast of today, I want to thank every Biafran that has participated in the sit at home. Every Biafran who has made one effort or the other to make sure that we air our opinion and the world continue to hear the voice of the people. Any Biafran who has continued to make sure that the world continue to hear our voice on the demand of the release of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you wherever you are. We will not die, but we will live and see the reward of every work that we are doing. As you all know, the struggle has intensified and we are continuing on the struggle. It doesn't matter what the enemy is doing. It doesn't matter what they are saying. We will continue to fight for Biafra until Biafra comes. As you can see, every now and again, they are changing method. They are bringing different methods, bringing different ideas to make sure they distract us. But I urge you, Biafra, wherever you are, don't be distracted. We have to focus on that thing that matters to us, which is the freedom of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to bring freedom for us. Freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to bring freedom for us. As I tell you, as you heard from our lawyers that brought information, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in good condition. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not well wherever he is. There are a lot of troubles and issues in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we cannot be silent. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to say or what anybody wants to do. We will continue to speak up and continue to shout on top of our voices so that the world will hear us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his condition in the prison is not okay, and we will never accept that. That is why we will continue to ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing. That should be your main aim. That should be your major request in your prayer. That should be the prayer point of every single Biafran, not just Biafran. Anybody who is well-meaning, who cares about humanity. Anybody who cares about humanity in the planet Earth, your prayer point this time has to be the release of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the freedom of everyone that is being held captive. You have to continue to pray and ask for their release. This is the time. Don't be distracted. It is not time to begin to look to your shoulder and look back and see who is coming with you and who is not coming. If you are busy praying and doing the right thing, you will not even see somebody who is doing the wrong thing. If you are busy on your own side, doing what you are supposed to do to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, you can't even realize that somebody is not doing anything. That is why we have to continue to do anything we can do on our own. As you are watching this video, there is something you can do. There is something I can do equally. Everybody should put their hand on deck and make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally. You can see, before I proceed, let me first of all address the new propaganda they are bringing. You know they don't have anything against Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and renditioned to Nigeria. He didn't commit any crime in Kenya. He was stamped into Kenya and he was going about his business before he was kidnapped and sent to Nigeria, renditioned to Nigeria. When he was renditioned to Nigeria, that is a crime against what? An international crime. It's an international crime that Nigeria committed. But they have overlooked the international crime and they are still bringing him to court, knowing fully well that all of them are going to face the ICC. They don't know what to do. Now they are confused. Instead of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are pushing forward different kinds of propaganda. You saw their so-called Northern Forum. When Northern Forum comes, most of you must have seen the video. I'm not going to play it on here. I see the video where they came. They were talking all manner of rubbish. We are saying all manner of rubbish that doesn't hold water. Those video doesn't worth playing. It doesn't worth listening to. The accusation that we are bringing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from A to Z were all false. In that very press briefing that they brought, they accused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of calling for war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never at any point in time called for war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was calling only for self-determination for Biafra, and he was asking for that self-determination through referendum. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for self-determination through referendum. He never called for war. But in their press briefing, they were talking about war, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never at any point in time asked for war. What he was asking for is self-determination. And that self-determination will be gotten through a referendum. That was the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many people listened to him, who Biafrans were moved by the message, and they were following up. Now they begin to demonize. This so-called Northern group came and begin to talk down on the Biafrans. You see the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been fighting all this while. Even those who refused to listen to him, who felt that he was making noise, have now today realized the mistake they have been making. because the Igbo leaders, the Igbo elders in Igbo land went to meet the imposter in Aso Rock and told him that he had to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Today, you see the Northern group coming out to talk down on the Igbo groups, telling them that they don't have any right to demand for that, calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all manner of names, accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all manner of accusation, and saying that we want to set a precedent that they have already set. They said we want to establish a rule that is not okay, that we are begging for somebody who have committed an offense, that he will not be released, that if he will be released, that means that will be the routine in the country. These people know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed an offense. And these people who are bringing those charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows that they themselves are the people who own the terrorists. You see Sheikh Gumi making a case for terrorists who have killed, kidnapped, and are still killing and kidnapping as we speak. But they release them. They catch them, they release them, they reintegrate Boko Haram. They not only release them, they release them and put them into the military, place most of them under salary. But we are asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Instead of releasing him, they are coming out to dish out some manner of rubbish that doesn't hold water. I don't have time to talk about the issue or begin to play their video. Everything they said there was rubbish and a lie. They were all lies. There was no single truth in it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been convicted by any law court in the planet Earth. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not killed anybody. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never called for war. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for self-determination, and self-determination is in the law of Nigeria. Self-determination is in the law of Nigeria. African Chartered Law allows self-determination. International law permits self-determination. So how is anybody going to demonize Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Sometimes you see them talking about the ESN. Self-defense is allowed by international law. Self-defense, you have to defend yourself. Even an animal, when you come towards an animal will defend himself. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't just go and establish ESN. Before he established ESN, he called on these evil governors. These evil governors, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrote a letter to them, called them, form a security outfit to guide the southeastern region. They refused. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw what is coming, what is happening today. And he went ahead to form a security outfit to secure our bushes, secure our mothers who are being killed in the farms, to fight against the terrorists. The ESN are not there to fight against an innocent person. It doesn't matter your area you are coming from. You might be Fulani, you might be outside, you might be any tribe you are. As long as you're living in the city, doing your legitimate job, nobody is going to fight against you. The ESN cannot come after you. The ESN were not established to fight against the legitimate military of Nigeria, not against legitimate police of Nigeria. ESN was not established for that. The main reason why ESN was established was to fight against the terrorists. But you see what is happening today? They are trying by all means possible to make sure that they demonize the ESN. And who is helping them? It is the same politicians, these so-called politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria. They are the people helping the Janjaweed to demonize the ESN, pushing all manner of evil lie, all manner of trouble, all manner of propaganda they are pushing. The latest propaganda they are pushing now, there is a video circulating around. Most of you must have seen the video where they show some people who claim to be fighting for Biafra, decapitating people, cutting off people's head and throwing away. They show some people who were cutting off people's head and were roasting it. They claim that those people are ESN. What a blatant lie. Biafrans do not kill in that manner. Biafrans do not cut off people's heads. Biafrans are not cannibals. We don't do that. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never ever support such. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never ever supported church. Even when people came against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when people have attacked him, even when they have gone to his home to kill people who are close to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he has never involved in any, he has never given such order to murder anybody. Now they are circulating a video. The video they are circulating, claiming that those people are ESN. People that cut off somebody's head, they say those people are police, they cut off their heads and they were roasting their heads. And they say they are ESN. These people are not ESN established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are not. But this is the propaganda they are pushing forward. They have nothing against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. ESN that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established cannot do such. Even for the record, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave an order that ESN must not use any video to cover their operations. ESN not even cover the operations when they are getting against the terrorists. They don't cover the operations, let alone coming to kill a military man. They kill the police, cut off the head of the police, and they filmed it, they video it. They videoed it and filmed it. And their evil media in Nigeria is helping them to push that propaganda that those people are ESN. How can you ever think that, which person in his right senses will think that ESN will do such a thing? ESN of all these people, at this critical time, you think that ESN will have time to begin to kill police, cut their head, roast their head, cover it with the video, and begin to spread the video, begin to send out the video. You think that ESN can be that foolish, can be that stupid, can be that insensible to do such a thing? We are not animals. Biafrans are not animals. We are sensible. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established one of the most disciplined security outfits you can think of. ESN is one of the most disciplined security outfits you can think of. Even when they heard that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, we never heard that they went and killed soldiers. We never heard that they went and attacked barracks. We never heard that they did so and so. Nobody had it. Even while they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, everything that is happening, ESN, we are still silent, doing their duty they are supposed to do in the bushes. All of a sudden, somebody went and bring a video and begin to share around. VSS went and bring a propaganda video, and they are sharing the video to people. Their media is helping them to promote them, calling the name of ESN in such a barbaric act. ESN are not monsters. ESN do not kill innocent people. They were not established to fight against the military or the police. They are fighting against the terrorists. And even when they are going after the terrorists, they don't use video. They don't cover their operation with any video. ESN doesn't do that. What does ESN stand to gain? Ask yourself, what does ESN stand to gain by killing policemen, cut off their head and video it? What does that stand to gain? Which person in his normal senses, which person in his right senses will tell me that ESN will kill somebody at this critical time while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS? That they will catch a policeman, kill the policeman, cut off his head, and then video it, then advertise themselves as being ESN. It is so sad. This is the kind of demons we are dealing with. And the most painful thing are the people who are supporting this evil, who are promoting this evil, are the politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria, they are the people supporting this evil. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been speaking for a very long time, calling them to stand up and fight for their people. Instead of standing up and fight for their people, they demonize him. They call him names. Instead of fighting with their people, they come and begin to divide us. They begin to divide us and cause confusion in Biafra land. Cause confusion among Biafrans. They have tried by all means to make sure that they cause confusion. They are not succeeding. Now they are going on blackmail and propaganda. This is what the Janjaweed can do. Janjaweed can go at any length to frame up a Biafran. They can even kill their own person. They can even kill their own person to frame up Biafran. That was why you see when they killed Gulag in Owerri. You saw when they assassinated Gulag, a northerner, they killed him just to frame up IPOB. And Chukwu Okeke Abiama vindicated IPOB on that. Chukwu Okeke Abiama vindicated ESN. Each time they bring this their propaganda, at the end of the day, Chukwu Okeke Abiama will vindicate ESN. You see the reason why it is very important that we come online on daily basis. And while you are watching, you share the video, let it go to any other person. Let it get to your friends and family. These people do not mean well for us. And the propaganda they are bringing is to fight against us, destroy us, and make sure that people don't hear our voice. They are trying to suppress us and make sure that people don't hear our voice. But we will continue to speak. If it is only one person that I'm speaking to that is hearing me, that one person will share the video to the next person, and that person will spread it. The whole world will hear the truth. They can't stop the truth. It doesn't matter how they try. It doesn't matter how they try. Just imagine, think within yourself, how can the ESN involve themselves in killing a policeman, then they video it. They will cut off the head, they sever the head from the head, just remove the head, put it on fire and begin to roast. And they video it and cover it. And then they mention the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You and I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot support such barbaric act. He has never, ever supported such barbaric act. Even when one of his strongest commander was killed, he never did such. He never did such, let alone videoing it to come and show to the world. This is the propaganda these people are pushing forward. The kind of evil we are dealing with. The kind of evil we are dealing with from all angles. They are making sure that they bring propaganda from all angles to fight against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to destroy that very foundation Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had laid in IPOB. And some of us who are Biafrans are falling into their hand. Even some of us are helping them to share the videos. Some of us who call ourselves Biafrans are helping them to share the videos. Instead of fighting and debunking that, some of us are helping them to share the videos. It is so sad. You see some people who are supposed to be fighting for freedom. You see some of them, instead of standing against it and speaking against it, that these are not ESN and this is not Biafra, they will begin to attach it to one Biafra. They will begin to attach the action to one particular person because you hate that person. Your fellow Biafran, because you hate your fellow Biafran, you begin to attach that evil act that is being performed by the DSS to frame your people up. You begin to support it and you begin to share the video by yourself. It is so sad. It is so sad that this Janjaweed are holding so many people captive, that so many people are captive that they don't want to listen, they don't want to wake up. Who in his right senses will think that IPOB will do such a thing? ESN can never do such a thing. If ESN could not be able to go violence when they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for good 8 days, nobody heard about it. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu surfaced in Nigeria, hooded up with all the trouble and all the problem we saw. ESN did not go and begin to kill or destroy anything. All of a sudden, you think ESN will now wake up today? Today, when the process is already on to this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go and kill people, behead them, and show it on video. Who can believe such? Who will believe such? But this is what we are dealing with as Biafrans. That is why every Biafran has to wake up. You have to wake up, use your platform to begin to speak. Use your platform to begin to speak and support everybody who is making a case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. IPOB is not a terrorist organization. Biafrans are not terrorists. Biafrans don't kill in that manner. Biafrans don't kill in that manner. Biafrans do not kill in that manner. The only people who have that fingerprint are the terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria. They have been doing it again and again. They do it and they are still doing it even as we speak. They are the people who are known with that kind of footprint to kill somebody, behead the person, and show it on video. We know the people who are doing such a thing. It is not attached to Biafran. Biafran don't do such. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know, who believes in Chukwu Okabia and values life, can never do that. Can never do that. We know the value of life. Biafrans know the value of life. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who is involved. Biafrans do not kill in that manner. Let alone after doing it, you video it and you share to the world. But their media, the conventional media, is helping them to spread this lie, spread this propaganda and lie against IPOB, against ESN, against our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A pure lie, something that you and I know that is a lie. And some of us who are in the media are keeping silent. You are busy gossiping and saying things that are irrelevant. Instead, you are busy attaching that very action to your own brother who is fighting along with you. Instead of condemning it that it is, Biafrans don't do such. It is so sad. Chukwu Okabia is going to redeem Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I say it and I say it again. If Biafrans refuse to do the needful, if Biafrans refuse to speak up and ask for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if Biafrans refuse to act, Chukwu Okabia will raise stone. He can raise an enemy. Chukwu Okabia will use an enemy to secure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, and he must be released. He must be released. You can see what is happening today. A lot of things are unfolding. Some of us who say they are confused of what is happening, everything that is unfolding today is becoming more clearer. Everything is becoming more clearer. Those who are for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and those who are not his followers. Those who are following the step of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and those who are not following. Those who want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alive and those who want him dead. Those who want him to be free and those who don't want him to be free. You don't have to ask questions anymore. Everything is now before your own very eyes. We are seeing it. Everybody is now seeing it. You see all of a sudden, the arch enemy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu begin to praise him. Somebody will come and tell you that Uwazirike is going for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That Uwazirike, of all people, just a few months ago, Uwazirike was boasting how he kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on his wedding day. The best day of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life, Uwazirike kidnapped him on that day. Wazirike made women to urinate on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And in that video, Wazirike regretted not killing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That he made a mistake, that he didn't kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he would have killed him. Wazirike came and boasted that he wanted to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he regretted not killing him. All of a sudden today, that same Wazirike is coming to tell us that he wants to go and ask for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That same Wazirike is praising some people for their actions. And you think that praise is for good? You think the praise of Wazirike is for good? It is definitely not for good. Whatever Wazirike is doing, it is not for the good of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it's not the good of Biafrans. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led a standard. He has built a standard with his own life. He has built a standard with his own life. Leadership by example. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is truthful, consistent, and he is as white as snow. And today you see people, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have the whole of Southeast, 99.9% of the people in the Southeast are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for what he's doing. They are supporting him. They are with him. Today, you will see some evil men trying to cash in on that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu strength. They want to cash in on that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu success. They want to cash in on that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crown. They want to cash in into the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. You don't have to follow somebody or obey somebody simply because the person mentioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You don't have to follow people or listen to them simply because you see the picture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on their platform. You don't have to follow people or listen to them simply because you are seeing them with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You don't have to follow people because of the picture or what they write. No. Listen to what they are saying and use your brain. Compare what you are seeing now with what has happened in the past. Then you know who is your enemy and who is your friend. Let me tell you, any Biafran that said that he or she doesn't know what is right and what is true, that means you are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know has nothing in common with Wazirike. They are two parallel lines. But today, Wazirike is trying to cash in on the fame of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That foundation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has built, Wazirike is trying to cash into it, telling us that he wants to go for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he is now going through our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, going to the wife of Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu and the children to pass through that side to make sure that he can be able to win the Biafrans back to him as somebody who is fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you and I know that Wazirike is not fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we never. These are the tricks that are coming. You have to open your eyes open. Don't follow somebody simply because the person mentioned the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on his or her platform. Don't follow somebody because somebody is wearing a shirt that is using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or somebody is posting a picture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or somebody is having a picture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is not the reason why you have to follow. The only reason why you will listen to people is their character, their attitude, what is coming out from their mouth. Is that the same thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say if he's outside? Their actions. Will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu behave the same way they are behaving if he's outside and the Biafran is being held captive? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside and the Biafran is held captive, will he be silent? Do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will try to lower the tempo? He will never. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will high the tempo to the highest level. Most of us who are his followers, maybe unless you are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for today, or maybe you started hearing the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he has been kidnapped. If you are one of the people who has been following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for a very long time, you will know that if anything happens to any Biafran, any single Biafran, it doesn't matter where it is, so long it's in the southeast and the south and the lower Benue, and something Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will continue to shout on top of his voices until that very thing is being resolved. Including the politician. When politicians have been arrested from the southern part of from Biafra land, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks up. He doesn't keep silent. And today, that same man is the person they are holding in DSS. And when we are telling people to act, some people are playing it low. They tell you to lie low. Don't do this, don't do that. People are trying to kill the morale of the people who are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is how to know who is the follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was outside, what will he do? Ask yourself. Is people who are outside today claiming to be his followers, are they doing the same thing he's supposed to do? That is how you know those who are following him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is consistent in his word. Whatever he tells you today, he will tell you tomorrow, and he will tell you next tomorrow. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is consistent. He never change. He never waver. Since he started this struggle of Biafra, he has always been talking about self-determination for Biafrans. He had never compromised. He is not asking for Igbo presidency. He is asking for self-determination through referendum. He never called for war. Even in most of his live broadcasts, I have watched most of his live broadcasts online. Every of his broadcasts, I don't miss anyone. When he's broadcasting, people will be calling into the broadcast to ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what are we waiting for? Let us go to war. Let us go to war. Declare war. Declare Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said no. That he is not going to declare Biafra or declare any war. If such is going to happen, it is going to be by collective agreement of every single Biafran, even a child will agree to that. He cannot do that. He was only chasing self-determination through referendum so that the voice of everybody will matter. Every voice will count. But what do you see today? Propaganda from all corners, from all angles. Somebody like Wazirike will come and begin to praise you on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you think you are doing it right. If Wazirike is on the same page with you, you better check yourself very well. Check yourself very well. That is something you are doing that is not right. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I know can never dance on the same tone with Wazirike. But remember what I tell you. Continue to pray, and while you are praying, Chukwu Okike Abiama can still use anybody to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, including that same Wazirike. If Chukwu Okike Abiama decide to use Wazirike to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it doesn't mean that Wazirike did it. It doesn't mean that it's Wazirike. It is Chukwu Okike Abiama who did it. It's just like the other one I saw. What do they call him? Ojuzo Kalu. That Ojuzo Kalu went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unbelievable. We have to pray harder. Pray harder. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are lucky that we have a prayerful leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pray for you and I 7 good times every day. 7 times every day. How many times do you pray for him? We are lucky. We have a prayerful leader. For you to hear that Ojuzo Kalu went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are you not worried? Are you not worried? Ojuzo Kalu of all people. Remember the first time they detained Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ojuzo Kalu went to meet him. Remember the problem he had with that Ojuzo Kalu. Ojuzo Kalu went there. Why did he go? The reason why Ojuzo Kalu went was to go and tell him to drop Biafran struggle. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him over his dead body, he won't drop it. Ojuzo Kalu went to meet the parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Went to meet his parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there to tell them, to bribe them, to convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the struggle of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he won't drop it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had a serious problem with that Ojuzo Kalu because they are 2 different parallel lines. They can never agree on anything. Today, all of a sudden, we heard that Ojuzo Kalu went and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Are you not worried? And for the fact that why is it so easy for Ojuzo Kalu to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when it is even difficult for his own personal lawyer that he has chosen? The people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have chosen by his own self, it is difficult for them to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But for Ojuzo Kalu, it is just like a stone throw. Ojuzo Kalu just walked into DSS and he came and told us that he went and met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And thank God, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never yielded to anything he's saying. You are knowing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot agree to any nonsense Ojuzo Kalu wants to say. He might not even want to see him. If you listen to the press statement that he released, if you watch the press statement carefully, you will know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not agree with that visit. Whatever information he brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected it. Because we know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for self-determination and nothing else. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for self-determination, and there is nothing you can give him apart from self-determination that he will accept. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not ready to betray the Biafra struggle. He is not ready. Every other Biafran can betray Biafra struggle, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot betray Biafra struggle. Something that he has lost his own parents in. A king have died because of it. A queen have died because of Biafra. And you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can give it up? He cannot. He cannot. That is why every Biafran has to wake up. Wake up. If you know how to demand for the unconditional release for Mazi, do it. Only Chukwu Okike Abiama knows whom he will use. Chukwu Okike Abiama can use an enemy. But let me tell you, if Chukwu Okike Abiama use an enemy to release Mazi Nnamdi, that doesn't mean that that enemy is your friend. That doesn't mean that you begin to follow that enemy or you begin to think that he's a friend. No. Chukwu Okike Abiama, when he wants to do his own things, you don't have control over it. Chukwu Okike Abiama, when he wants to do something, he can use anybody. If he wants to bless you, he can use anybody. If he wants to change the situation, he can use anybody. Maybe after the person have done it, the person will be regretting. Don't be confused. You see them, time have come as they are hoping for their useless 2023. They are coming to cash in. Some of them want us to come and see them as angel. Some of them are coming. More people are going to come. More of them are going to come to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but we cannot allow that. Someone like Ojuzo Kanu coming to tell us about him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing in common with Ojuzo Kanu. It's just like the messages Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had given. If you remember, how many of you remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking about what do they call him? The Niger Lower Congress, or what they call themselves, the Ninas, the Tony Nnadi issue. How many of you know about Tony Nnadi? So many of Biafrans who are very confident on what is happening. All of you must have heard about the issue of Tony Nnadi, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was explaining the way he's fighting for Biafra, claiming that he's fighting for Biafra, trying to say he wants to unite the whole southern part of Nigeria, and they formed a group that they call Ninas. Ninas, led by Tony Nnadi. You heard why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed Tony Nnadi that he is not fighting for Biafra. It was even that Tony Nnadi that told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the name Biafra. Tony Nnadi was telling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the name Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told Tony Nnadi that he cannot drop that name Biafra. People have died in that name, and that is the name that unites all the Biafrans. That is the name that unites all of us. People have died in this, and this is a country that have existed. We want to restore the country. And Tony Nnadi was persuading Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to drop the name Biafra. Later, Tony Nnadi come with all his group and conniving. They formed the Ninas that they are fighting for self-determination. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us in his brokers that it is fake. That Tony Nnadi is not real. It is fake. Tony Nnadi went up to the Senate and began to go along with our Oduduwa brothers, try to convince our Oduduwa brothers. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them that IPOB will not be part of Ninas. They are not part of whatever arrangement they have. That Tony Nnadi is fake. He's not real. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying that, people didn't understand. Some people thought he's arrogant. Some people thought he was just hating Tony Nnadi. No, because he knows what he's saying. He sees what you don't see. But today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated again. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated again. You know why they were preaching? They succeeded in convincing the leader of Ilana Omo Odua. Ilana Omo Odua, Professor Akintoye. Professor Akintoye, who is fighting along with Sunday Igboho to restore Oduduwa land. They convinced them to join Ninas. They wanted to convince Mazi Kanu, told them he cannot be part of it because they are not serious. Their agenda is a genuine agenda. But our Yoruba brothers, led by Professor Akintoye, decided to try it out. There's nothing bad in trying. That is how it's supposed to be. When I tell you something, you don't believe me, you go and beg verification by yourself. That is why I used to tell you, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, whenever you're coming to brokers, come with your pen and paper. What he means is that come with your brain. Any brokers you're going to listen to, come with your brain and use your brain. As you're listening to the person, use your own brain to figure out what the person is saying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told Professor Akintoye and Sunday Igboho then that these people are not sincere, and what they are pursuing is a different agenda. IPOB cannot be part of them. They thought it was a joke. They thought that maybe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was just trying to override every other person. They thought that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to conquer. He wanted to have power himself. Then, Professor Akintoye, including Sunday Igboho, decided to try this so-called Ninas. They went into Ninas. They said they protest together. They do so many things there. They are fighting for the actualization of the self-determination of indigenous people in the southern part of Nigeria. But today, we woke up to hear that Professor Akintoye have resigned as the leader of the Ninas. Professor Akintoye have resigned as the leader of Ninas. He didn't already resign. He resigned and de-associate Oduduwa group, Ilana Omo Oduduwa. He de-associated them with anything that had to do with Ninas. Anything that had to do with Tony Nnadi group and co. That he doesn't have anything to do with them anymore. That he doesn't have anything to do with them anymore. This is the press release that Professor Akintoye came to give. Professor Akintoye came to say that he is no longer part of whatever they call themselves, Ninas or whatever they call themselves, that he is not part of it, that their own agenda is different from the agenda of the Oduduwa people. That he quit, he resigned as their leader. He quit from there, and members of Odua, Elana Omo Odua, can no longer be part of that Ninas. This was what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won and said that IPOB cannot be part of that evil group, that they are not for good. But when he said it, people didn't believe him. Some people thought he was joking. But today, Professor Akintoye, after giving it a trial, there's nothing bad in giving it a trial. After somebody has told you something, at least you give it a trial. Professor Akintoye have given it a trial and see that it doesn't work. And he has come to release a press statement. And let me read the press statement for you. They say, Ilana Omo Odua, the umbrella body of Yoruba Self-Determination Group, has moved out of Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance of Self-Determination, LINAS. They are no longer part of it. Also, the chairman of NINAS, Professor Banji Akintoye, has left the chairmanship role in the organization with immediate effect. Professor Akintoye retired, resigned with immediate effect. He is no longer part of the NINAS. These were the group that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemned and told you that they are not for real. People thought it was out of pride. Hey, he wants to be the only voice speaking. Some of them say he wants to be the only voice speaking. That is why he doesn't want to join anybody. Let me tell you, anybody that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu condemns and de-associate himself with, watch that person closely. Just within a short space of time, you will know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want to associate with that person. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out openly on a broadcast and speak against somebody, that this person is evil, take it to heaven, take it to earth, take it to anywhere, that person is evil. Just wait. It's just a question of time. A question of time, you will see the truth come out. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated. Our beloved father, Professor Akintoye, have tried it, and he has said that Ninas are not for real. And he resigned. He honorably resigned from there. And as he resigned, he's taken out Elana Omo Odua. They are no longer part of Ninas. This is how you know people who are credible and sensible. When you find out that where you are trading, where you are, things are not working well, organization you are running or where you belong is over, you resign. It is not by force, resign. It doesn't matter what you want to get. But some black people, they are bent on staying on something that's evil because it pays their bill. That is why you don't see people resigning in that country called Nigeria. You see a bunch of people in that, a bunch of idiots in that very country called Nigeria who are in their government from the southern part of Nigeria. Even when they know that everything that that government stands for is against their people, against themselves, against their own children, they will never resign because of selfishness. Even when the government, they know that everything that the government stands for is against them, they will never resign. And they will come and tell me they are going for political solution for me. You see, every day you see a pointer to show you that these people are not for real. Every single day you continue to see a pointer to show you that these politicians are not for real. And you don't have any reason to believe them. Your freedom is in your hand. Fight for your freedom the best way you can. Don't hope on anybody. And don't wait for anybody to fight for you. If you're waiting on somebody to fight for you, you are making the greatest mistake of your life. And before you know it, you will pay dearly with your own life. It is high time we wake up. Wake up from our sleep. Begin to demand for unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is the right thing to do. We see all these politicians, when we begin to talk about them of being accountability, some people think we're making it up. They think we are asking for something that is out of the blues. What we are asking for those politicians is what they are supposed to do. Represent your people. Represent your people. That is the only thing we are asking. We are not asking them to dash out money. We are not asking them to do it. Represent, speak the voice of your people. As you know that the masses, majority in the southern part of Nigeria are asking for self-determination. Why won't you go to the House of Assembly and activate that self-determination? It's in their law. Why won't you do it? They wouldn't do it because of their selfish interests, because they are all fraudsters, because they are eating from the blood of the innocent. And when we tell them to ask, they will say we are asking for too much. Some will tell you that you are being insulting. Something they have been used against Mazen Nandekano every time. You are insulting. You are insulting. Mazen Nandekano is not insulting anybody. He is talking sense into you. And if you are evil and somebody calls you evil, is that an insult? It's not an insult. It's just reminding you of who you are, for you to change if you can. If you call somebody an evil man, if he's not an evil man, he wouldn't bother. Call somebody an evil man. If you're not an evil man, you won't bother. He will move ahead and laugh over it. Go to a market and shout ole, ole, ole. It is only a criminal that will run away when you shout ole. Somebody who is genuine will not run away when you hear people shouting ole, ole, ole. You can't run away. You hear thief, 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 thief. You begin to run for what? Criminal, criminal, you're running. It is only a criminal will run away when you hear such shout. When we are demanding for accountability, this is what they are supposed to do. We are demanding for. And for you to know that we are not asking for something that's out of the blues, I am going to play for you a video of what a representative of the people is supposed to do. This video is going to show you what these politicians, these people who are in the House of Assembly, what they are supposed to be doing for you and I that they are not doing. When we are demanding for it, it will seem as if we are demanding of something that is in another planet. In this planet that we are, I'm going to play for you a video of our Ambazonia brother, who is in their House of Assembly, House of Senate, fighting for his own people against all odds, giving his own life, even challenging them to shoot him or kill him if they want, speaking up for his own people. This is how you speak for your people. When you know what your people want, you follow it and pursue it. Let us watch this video. While you are watching this video, try to translate this video to what is happening in Biafra land. Try to translate this video to what is happening in Oduduwa land. Try to translate this video and see yourself having a representative like this. That is what I want to show you. As you're watching it, imagine if Oduduwans have a representative like this. Imagine if Biafrans have a representative like this. What will be our fate? Watch this video carefully from beginning to end, then you will realize that we are in a big mess and we have to do something as soon as possible. Let's watch.
Listen to me. There has been, I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, please, with all due respect, I have been chased through the bushes for the past 3 months. I cannot come here and you tell me that I should be discussing the Economic and Social Council, our children out of school, our lawyers in jail, and all that is happening in West Cameroon. It means nothing to you. Where in your standing orders, Mr. Speaker, where in your standing orders do you have space for us to discuss the issues that have to do with the people of West Cameroon? You tell me, then I'll go and sit down. Because you don't seem to have an agenda for us. You don't seem to have it. So what are we supposed to do? It is also part of the humiliation. Mr. Speaker, yeah, I am now telling you that the person who ordered for my arrest, tell him I am here. He can come and take me from this National Assembly. And the people of West Cameroon would know that they don't belong here. I am being frank with you. The representatives of the people have the power to say it as it is, at any time. And if we come here and you shut us down, you want to kill those people out there. You want to kill those people out there. So what should we do? That is your wish, Mr. Speaker. I should have waited for them to bring my head to you. That is what you would have wanted. I simply say no. Mr. Speaker, can you now, on this floor, give the nation that you call yours, people can do what has been done to our children in West Cameroon. I call it West Cameroon because you will never take it out of our mouths again, because that is a territory in which we believe in freedom. To go out on the street and demonstrate is a basic right for us. And that is why we are saying that there are two Cameroons that came together. If you are telling us, like a state minister stood here last year and told us that what happened in Cameroon is like dropping a few cubes of sugar into a basin of water. Who is the sugar and who is the water? I'm asking the government bench of Cameroon. Who is that you rape our children? My brother's daughter has been raped in Boya. I swear to you, the government of this country, does the president of this country know that the governors and the DOs and all the administrators you have sent to West Cameroon are out there behaving exactly like an army of occupation? Our people have nowhere to go. We have made all the efforts. Our ancestors and our forefathers trusted you to go into a gentleman's agreement that two people who considered themselves brothers could go to live together. If this is what you show us after 55 years, then those who are saying that we should break Cameroon are right. They are correct. The people of West Cameroon cannot be your slaves. The people of West Cameroon are not, you did not conquer them in war. If this is what you are saying that we should live in, I say simply, no, it will not work. How do you have an army that's supposed to protect children, step out there, beat them, and rape some? It is not heard of in any country. This is the 21st century, and anybody who does that, I cannot be willing for his government to pay the price. We will exact it on you, because you are making us believe that we went to the wrong place. What is there to say? I want the world to know and to have it on record that we have made efforts. I have sat with ministers and listened to them talk. The first one was the then Minister of Justice, Amadou Ali, 10 years ago. And I took my time, drove from Congo to Yaoundé to tell him something is brewing out there. This thing that you people are sending gendarmes to beat people up and say all of these things, there is pain in West Cameroon. And as Minister of Justice, be very careful what happens there. And he turned around, looked at me, and told me, Mr. Wilbur, it is your people who choose to come here. He is alive. He told me. Last week, I went to see the Minister of Higher Education, Professor Famin Ndongo, and I told him, the problems in Cameroon, the problem we have in West Cameroon, is the problem that will bring down Cameroon. If you do not handle it well, you will not know Cameroon as it is in a few months or in a few years. When people have had pent-up anger and pain, humiliation, for over 50 years, when it bursts out, you will never be able to control it. And I told him. And simply what he asked me was, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? Because you have your army of occupation out in West Cameroon, you believe that when the people will rise, even if you took the whole of the French army and added to yours, you will never bring them down. And we have no need for that. We don't have any need for that in the 21st century. I was one of the believers in a unified Cameroon. And I want to tell this house that what has happened to those children in Buea University and in Bamenda has convinced me that the people who say Cameroon should go in two parts are correct. And there are more.
You have seen. I hope you observe something. That was somebody who is representing his own people. You can see every argument he's making there is exactly the same situation of what we are facing in the southern part of Nigeria, mainly the southeast. Everything he is defending there is the same situation we are in the southeastern part of Nigeria. That is a representative of his own people in their own House of Senate, making an argument. Even when they want to shut him down, he refused. I'm going to play the rest of the video for you to see. This is what we want our senators to be doing. Stand up for their own people and speak in the language that their people understand. This is what we're demanding. It is not something that can't happen. This is what is happening in Ambazonia. Their senator making a case for his own people, standing shoulder to shoulder with his people and speaking in the House of Senate. Speaking very, very loud. He doesn't want to be shut down. But what do you see? People who are supposed to be representing you and I, in our own case, they are the people selling us out. They are the people betraying us and selling us and giving us to the enemy. This is the situation. When we begin to demand for accountability for these people, some people will think that we are insulted, that we are demanding for too much. The video you just watched is exactly what they are supposed to be doing at this critical time. In Biafra land, we have lost many people. People are being killed, even as we speak. The military are occupying Biafra land as we are speaking. They are still occupying and killing people. Occupation, they are still okay. Instead of this making case for us, they joined the Janjaweed to blackmail us. They joined the Janjaweed. They have joined the Janjaweed to form their unknown government, using the unknown government to kill innocent Biafrans and demonize Biafrans. They have now gone to the extent of killing people and decapitating people and say that it's ESN. Propaganda, that is what these our politicians are pushing. None of them can defend us in their senates and make a case for us. You see the reason why the only solution remains civil disobedience. When you don't have somebody to speak for you, what do? You don't have to fold your hands and die. You speak for yourself. How do you speak for yourself? By civil disobedience. Civil disobedience. The people, they are now standing up for you. They are attacking us from all angles. Attacking from all angles. You see these politicians, they are the people that are going to be talking about economy. When you are sitting at home, they will say they want to destroy the economy. But these politicians are there where markets are being burned. Markets are being burned in all parts of that country called Nigeria. In every part of that contraption, markets are being burned. Every time you hear market burn, you hear tanker exploded, destroying properties and wealth in the market. Markets burning every part of that country. Who are the people in those markets? Go and check. They are all Biafrans. Who owns those businesses that have been destroyed? They are people from the southern part of Nigeria. People who own the business that have been destroyed, there are people from the southern part of Nigeria, Biafrans mainly. They own the business that have been destroyed. Who is speaking for them? Have you ever seen anybody donating? Instead, you see Biafra, you see governors in Biafra are going to donate to the north and give their government. The money they know that it will not get the hand of Biafrans. You saw we can go to donate almost 500 billion in Kano, or is it Kano, where there was a fire outbreak. And that 500 billion is to rebuild the market for the Janjaweed, not for us. Because as soon as the market is born, they will take over everywhere, rebuild it, and hand it over to people they want to hand it over to. This thing have been happening. Which governor have spoken up against it? Which person have you ever heard it in the House of Senate where they were discussing the cause of fire in the market? The damage the fire is causing, including Lagos State. Have you ever heard it, the discussion? These politicians will not talk about it because it is their plan. They are part of it. They want to make sure that we are poor. We beg. They want to make sure that we will beg. We'll be like Northerners. You know, in the North, they are just begging. The Northerners are helpless. The ordinary people in the North are helpless. They are just begging. They are eating the crumbs from their leaders. That is what they want us to do. They want us to begin to eat crumbs like the way they are doing in the North. They want us to begin to eat crumbs. But we cannot. Biafrans are hardworking. People from the southern part of Nigeria are hardworking. They don't fold their hand. They are bold. This is one of the reasons why they demonize us. When you see when the BBC was interviewing Ahmad Bello, why do you hate the Biafrans so much? Why do you hate the Igbo Biafrans so much? He didn't have any argument. He only said that these people, whenever you take them and put them in a labor camp, they will emerge to be a great person. They don't want to dominate. When you put them in a labor camp, they like to rise up and dominate the area. Because the Biafrans are hardworking. We don't just dominate. We work hard for everything that we have. Biafrans work hard to earn everything they have. People from the southern part of Nigeria work hard to earn everything they have. Put in education, in their business. They work very hard. And this is what is annoying these people. They have gone to be destroying market and other places, destroying businesses of the Biafrans. How many politicians are making a case for it? How many elites are talking about it? How many elites are making a case to make sure that it stops? They are not saying about it. But when we sit at home to ask for the unconditional release of Mazen Nanikan and the unconditional release of every single Biafran that has been detained, they say we are causing economic meltdown in the southeast. Let that economic meltdown continue. If sitting at home is what is causing economic meltdown, let it continue. It deserves it. It worth it. It worth it. We have to continue heighten it and make it tougher. Toughen it more. Toughen it more. The same fate we are facing in the south. These politicians are the same people. And the Janjaweed is using them because they know that they are a bunch of greedy men. That is why you don't see very educated people in politics. The people who are leading the politics in Nigeria are not educated. People who are leading politics in Nigeria, most of them, the educated ones don't even have any post. They are nowhere to be found. They want to make sure that they enslave everybody and will remain slave. And these people, they have one mission. The politicians in the north, politicians in the southwest, politicians in the southeast, in the south, in the middle belt, all these politicians have one objective: to make sure that the people are really impoverished so that the people cannot have voice. You see the reason why you have to fight for your freedom? And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a strong foundation upon which every indigenous tribe will stand. A foundation that every indigenous tribe will stand to be free. Foundation of self-determination through referendum. When referendum is being conducted, everybody's voice will count, and we will go our separate ways and decide our fate. Then we can have a sensible nation. But these politicians will not allow us. They continue to blame their divide and rule from all corners, from all angles. You see the latest one they are doing in Lagos State, destroying the home of innocent people. And some of our people who are coming online to talk are confused. Some people who are broadcasting in their broadcast, they're confused. They begin to say that Yorubas are destroying the business of Igbos. It's a lie. Yorubas are not destroying the business of Igbos. Yorubas are not fighting against the Igbos. Yorubas are not destroying the business of Igbos. The people that are destroying the businesses are the Janjaweed, using their partners in Yoruba land. Lagos State, you know, is controlled by Tinubu. And the Janjaweed are using Tinubu to destroy lives and make sure they create enmity between us and our brothers in Yoruba land. This is the mandate they have given to Tinubu. Tinubu have a mandate to make sure that the Igbos and Yorubas do not agree. And that is why he will go to the extent of destroying the homes, properties of the Igbos, destroying the properties of the Biafrans that are in Lagos State, in order to turn us against our Yoruba brothers. But we cannot be shaped. We cannot be moved. We cannot be moved. So if you are talking about it or you're speaking on your own platform, do not make it a Yoruba Igbo affair. It is not. It is the Fulani Janjaweed. They see that same Fulani. They are the people using their stooge in Lagos State to destroy the properties of the Igbos, not to create confusion. But they cannot succeed. They cannot succeed. That is one of the achievements, one of the things Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have achieved, to create a bond between us and our Yoruba brothers. And that bond can never be broken. You can see the so-called Ninas, Prophet Akintoye have pulled out. He have resigned as their leader. That is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him that these people are not sincere. Today he has seen it. He resigned. He said they are not pursuing the same agenda that the Yorubas want. The self-determination they are pursuing is not what Ninas are pursuing. He resigned. Today it is very clear that it's only the Ududu ones and the Biafrans that are looking for, genuinely fighting for self-determination. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid that strong foundation, extended the hand of fellowship to our Ududu brothers in the southeastern region, the old southeastern region, the present south and southwest and lower Benue. We have now united to be one, speaking in one voice, identifying ourselves as Biafrans. It is not about tribe, religion, or whatever. We are Biafrans. We want our land back, and no inch of that land will be given up. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. These politicians do not mean well for you and I. Don't allow their propaganda to fly. Let me tell you, Chukwu Okike Abiama can use them to do miracles for us. He can use them. Chukwu Okike Abiama can use them. Even no matter how devilish they are, Chukwu Okike Abiama can use them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just like they are debating that they are going to give him amnesty. We don't know what you want to call it. If you want to call it amnesty, whatever you want to call it, all we want is release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let him be free. The unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what we want. It doesn't matter the nickname you give to it, release him. And whoever Chukwu Okike Abiama will use, he will use. But that will not make us to lose our guard. That will make us not change our mind. That will not make us to begin to fall into the hand of enemy. We know our enemies. And when they speak, we know them. We know them. We know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands for. We know what it stands for. That is my joy. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out tomorrow, comes out today, everything will fall back to place. We know whom he is. He has never sold out, and we never ever sold out. That is when I hear that Orji Sokalo visit him, I say he's just wasting his time. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As they are all now planning to troop in today to go and see him, this is the time every single Biafran has to be praying for the safety of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have to be praying for the safety of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Continue to pray. We have to hold his hand up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is praying 7 times every day. At least one day in your prayer. Make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu your prayer point at least 1 time in a day for his security. That Chukwu Okike Abiama should secure him and protect him. No evil formed against him shall prosper. No evil formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. They will try, but they will never succeed. These politicians don't mean well. If politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria mean well, they are going to be speaking and acting the manner this man is going to act. The man I'm going to play his video now, that is the way they are supposed to be acting. We are not asking for something that is not on this planet Earth. We are asking for them to do the normal thing. And the normal thing that they are supposed to do now is to call your occupation military to get out of Biafra land. Call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask for the self-determination that we are asking for. That is what they're supposed to do, because that is the voice of the people they are supposed to represent. This is what we want them to do. Listen, and when you are watching the video, relate it to the attitude of the present people who are representing you. Are they acting in this manner? This is how we want them to act. Let us watch again and hear from this man.
And there are more and more of us out there who now believe that it is the ultimate end. I listened the other night, an offer of 1,000 jobs, an offer of 2 billion francs for lay schools, and I laughed at myself. Are my people slaves? So you now take them to be your dogs, that you can beat and wound and maim, break their bones, then throw a piece of meat for them to fight over. It has to end. If we, the people of West Cameroon, have to continue doing what we are doing, it is because we believe that the more is always the merrier. When you have more people, you have more chances of surviving in life. If the more people who are the people of East Cameroon have proven to us that our blood means nothing, then it is time for us to say it will soon be over. I want to give you a quote here in this house that I borrowed from the American liberators. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression. I called it oppression because of what I've seen in the field. Let me quote you another 2 instances. 3 weeks ago, there was an incident in Bangolan, which is a neighboring village to Jakiri, where I come from. And I don't know what it was about, and the Yandam officer was killed. And the forces of law and order, under the instructions of the SDO of Ngokitunya, move into Jakiri, a neighboring village, and take away 100 men. Just beat them up, break their bones, and then just leave them there. And I went to that place where he took these people, and I told him, Mr. SDO, you are going to release my people. He sent soldiers to me, and one of them told me, I said, I am the representative of these people because I'm a parliamentarian. And the young man turned around and asked me, "Et puis quoi? On n'est pas ici à Yaoundé." And he drew a line on the ground to tell me, if you cross here, you will see the consequences. Unfortunately for him, I happen to be a descendant of the warriors, so nobody draws a line before me. And I crossed, and I told him, shoot me. I told the SDO, release my people. In 12 hours, he released them. But some are still lying in the hospital. They beat and kicked a woman, and she miscarried, a pregnant woman. And nobody can question this. That is the reason in this master plan to finish our culture and our people. You have chosen that every single administrator or every commander of the army is from East Cameroon. That is why they sit there and they can kill the people without remorse. This has to end. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I want to repeat this quote. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. We, the people of West Cameroon, will resist you, and if you want to take that territory by force, you will kill to the last man before you take it. And you can start from me today. You can start from me. It has to end. Somebody has to know that this is not how you treat a people. 50 years is too long. 50 years is a very, very long time. and we come here and sit just talking about the budget. You normalize murder, you normalize rape. Mr. Speaker, I am sorry to tell you that this is part of the resistance. You will hear me to the end. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. It is my duty to defend my people. You will not stop me because of lack of time. Or if you want to, you can call your brutal gendarmes to come and kill me here. I will not. I will not. I want you to hear this, Mr. Speaker, that my people are suffering, and that the cube of sugar that was defined in this house, are you just angry, Mr. Speaker, that the person you consider your slave, a slave has risen in the master's house and is asking a question? I have, Mr. Speaker, I'm telling you, this is part of my resistance, and you will hear me to the end. Bring the brutal soldiers who raped our daughters to take me out of here. I will say it to my end. I will say it to the end. There is nothing you can do to me. I'm wondering whether His Excellency the President of the Republic knows that the governors and the DOs are behaving exactly when they are posted to West Cameroon as colonial masters. When they abuse people and insult them and do all they have done, we have to resist, and we have to tell you our people will not be brought down because we came into this union as equal partners. Yes, sir. And I am done. And I am done. And we will resist. And there is nothing you can do to stop us, because this is part of our culture that we inherited. You people who fear every administrator and every ruler, we challenge our rulers, we take them to task, and that is why they are accountable. Thank you very much.
You see, I hope you have enjoyed it from beginning to the end. That was a speech of a senator. It's everything that man is speaking about there is what we are facing in Biafra land today. Everything he is talking about is what we are facing in Biafra land today. But what we lack is that kind of a person. How can we have a man like that defending us in Biafra land? Can you ever have, just imagine within yourself, if you're from Oduduwa land or you're from Biafra land, imagine yourself having this kind of a senator speaking on your own behalf in the house. Do you think that it will be the same? Do you think the situation will be the same as it is now? Everything that man is lamenting about is, it will just, when you are listening to him, it will seem as if he's just speaking about the issue of Biafra. He's an Ambazonian, making a case for his own people in Ambazonia, in Cameroon. Making a case for his own people in Cameroon, in their own Senate. Can you imagine having somebody speak boldly on your own behalf like that man just did? Can you imagine that? When we begin to ask these people to do the needful, it will seem as if we are asking for something that is out of this world. We are asking for the needful, asking for our legitimate right. Defend us and speak for us. They will not do so. Instead, they are speaking the voice of the Janjaweed. They are blackmailing us. Instead, they are blackmailing us. May Chukwu take all of them out. We will continue this struggle. We are not going to run away. They can't push us aside. It doesn't matter what they do. Our spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring from all angles. The whole world know that IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never support anything that has to do with terrorism. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot support anything that has to do with terrorism. He cannot support such barbaric acts. That video they are circulating all angles. That video they are sharing is a false video. And for those of you Biafran who are trying to attach that video to your fellow Biafran, you must be mad. You are sick. You are sick simply because you hate someone. You begin to attach that evil video to him or her. Simply because you have a disagreement with somebody, you begin to attach an evil propaganda to that person. May Chukwu have mercy on you. It is sad, but we must continue. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. Biafra must definitely come. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone that had patience to watch this video from beginning to the end. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone who has helped to share this video. Please share this video to all platforms. Share it to your family and friends. Share it to wherever you belong. Let people see what we are going through and what our demand is. our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of all charges that have been brought to him. And remember, today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated once again. NINAS is not standing for the self-determination of the people. They have all been there deceiving people. But today, Professor Akintoye has come out to set the record straight that Ilana Omo Oduduwa is no longer part of that NINAS. What we are fighting for is self-determination. The same thing the Oduduwa people are fighting for, self-determination, and not any one Nigeria or better Nigeria tomorrow. Because we know Nigeria can never ever be better. A senator came out to say it, that Nigeria can never ever be better. I'm not just saying it. Their senator in their Senate say it, that Nigeria can never ever be better. Because the constitution they are using, they are still holding it with their own hand, protecting it. May Chukwu Okabema guide and everybody who have watched this video from beginning to the end. May Chukwu Okabema guide and protect every Biafran, every Oduduwan, every Medu-Betan, anyone that is genuinely fighting for freedom, regardless where you are, regardless your tribe, regardless your religion. May Chukwu Okabema guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okabema guide and protect Sunday Igboho wherever he is. Protect him and secure him, and very soon Sunday Igboho will come out and continue the struggle. May Chukwu Okabema continue to guide and protect our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him, protect him, guide him. Be with him. Send doctors from above to be with him all the time. Let you go to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu revelation. Give him revelations on things that are going on and what to do. It must surely happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will surely come out very, very soon and join us. Don't relent in your effort. Anything you can do on your own part to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released unconditionally, continue to do it. What we are doing collectively is civil disobedience. Continue on it. We are not forcing it. We are not enforcing it. On your own, willingly by your own self, do it and you will never regret it. It is for your unborn children. It's for your generation to come. It's worth it. Even if you are losing money, it's worth it. But I know you can't lose anything. Chukwu Okabema will replenish anything you lost on Monday. On Tuesday, you get it double full. We have to continue. Thank you so much for watching, wherever you're watching, and remember blessed. See you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.